Hello and welcome to the Dutchin channel. It's Wednesday the 1st of May 2024. It's 10 to 9 in the morning and we're going to do the selections from today's meeting at Wolverhampton. We've already put up Ascot selections. So we're going to start with Wolverhampton. There's a non-runner there in the 150. Shield of Honour doesn't go. And as we go through the rest of the card, that seems to be about it at the moment. And Wolverhampton is on the all-weather, of course. Now, the 150, I've been looking through. I can't remember why I didn't bet in this race. But I can't figure out why at the moment, but we'll go past that. And we'll go to our first betting race, which is going to be the 225. So here's our template of our spreadsheet, and I did put up a tutorial last night of how I do all of this, so you can well go back and have a look at that if you're interested in trying to do some races yourself. But the first race we're going to start with is going to be the 225 at Wolverhampton. This is Bella Grazia is going to be our top selection. We're going to be using, as per normal, Matchbook Exchange. So we'll go into Wolverhampton, and the first betting race there is the 225 Bella Grazia 5.5, and that's our first selection. Stakes of £18.18 would return us £100, and our second selection is Dibble Dabble at 12.5. Stakes of £8 would return us £100, and Rubio d'Oro is our third in, and this is 11.5. Stakes of £8.70 would return us £100, and the favourite here, Arch Legend, odds on 1.91. And for anybody that is a subscription holder to the channel, we don't back on odds-on favourites, but we do when they don't become the first selection, because when they're the first selection, it's the only one horse you can bet in the whole race. But when it's down second, third and fourth, it doesn't matter, because we've got something else to get our money back fully. So the first thing we do before we do this Arch Legend, we add up the first three, and that comes to 34.88. So we have stakes of £15.12 left to stake on our fourth selection. So that is £50 laid out. And in the 225 at Wolverhampton, Bella Grazia, Dibble Dabble and Rubio d'Oro, one of those three will return us £100, and Arch Legend will be the lesser amount. But we will do a recap when we've done these four races, and when we do, that's when I bring the calculator out and tell you how much the other selections bring us back. Moving into our second betting race, this is the 335. And the 335, our top selection here is Mademoiselle Can. So let's bring that up. And Mademoiselle Can, that's currently showing 22. So stakes of £4.55 would return us £100. And Go Ubari is our second, and that is 3.65. Stakes of £27.40 would return us £100. And our third selection is Mammy. And Mammy is currently 4.4. But before we do that, we need to add up the first two, which comes to £31.94. £18.06 would be left, so we can't put £22.73 on. Our maximum is 18.06, which will bring our stakes to £50. So Wolverhampton 335, Mademoiselle Can and Go Ubari, one of those two would return us £100, and Mammy would be the lesser amount. Moving into the third betting race, this is the 410. Unfortunately, there's not that many runners at Wolverhampton today, but it's normally packed out with runners. So going into the 410, our top selection here is Fidelius. Yeah, I'll go with that. Fidelius, and that is showing at 3.3. Stakes of £30.30 would return £100, and our second in would be Unavailable at 3.4. And stakes there, well, we can't do £29.41, but we can do £19.70, and that would be our only two bets in that race of stakes of £50. So Wolverhampton 410, Fidelius, that would return us £100, and Unavailable would be the second selection. And in our fourth and final race, they're a little bit better field here. The 445, this is our fourth betting race and our last one. Our top selection here is going to be Spanish Angel. And Spanish Angel, that's currently on 5.8. Stakes of £17.24 would return us £100. And our second selection is Granny B. And Granny B, that's one of the outsiders, or the outsider, at 32. Stakes of £3.13 would return us £100. And our third selection is Birkenhead. And Birkenhead, that's 5.4. And stakes of £18.52 would return us £100. And How Zach is our next in. This is currently 6.8. But before we do that one, we'll have a look at how much we've laid out, which is £38.88. We've only got £11.12, so that would be our maximum stake on our fourth selection. That would bring our stakes there to £50. So the Wolverhampton 445, Spanish Angel, Granny B and Birkenhead, one of those three would return us £100, and Howzak would be the lower amount. So we're going to do a quick recap at Wolverhampton. Let's bring out the calculator first. Right, the 225 Wolverhampton, three running for us here. Bella Grazia, Dibble Dabble, Rubio de Oro. One of those three would return us £100. And Arch Legends, we've got £15.12 at 1.91, and that would return £28.87. So it would be better than losing, but if you felt that you weren't going to do an odds-on favourite regardless of where it comes, then just the top three would be for you, and whether you would want to put the next lot on publicity or just leave it empty would be up to you as well. Moving into our second betting race, this is the 335 at Wolverhampton. We've got two running for us. We've got Mademoiselle Can and Go Ubari. One of those two will return us £100. And then Mammy, we've got £18.06. We're going to times that by 4.4 on the price, and that will return us £79.46. So there still will be a profit on that one. Then into the 410 at Wolverhampton, we got one running for us. Fidelius would return us £100, and Unavailable, our second selection, £19.70. We would times that by the price of 3.4, and that would return us £66.98. So there would be a slight profit on Unavailable. And our fourth race or betting race for the 445 at Wolverhampton. We've got three running for us: Spanish Angel, Granny B, Birkenhead. One of those three would return us £100, and Howzack, £11.12. We're going to times this by the price of 6.8, and that would return us £75.61. So there would be a profit on that one as well. And that would be the end of Wolverhampton. As I say, I've already put up Ascot. I'm next going to put up Pontefract, then Brighton, and then Kempton. So that'll be all the UK flat meetings for today. But otherwise, I'll be back in the results show this evening. So have a good day's punting, and try and follow me in on those top selections, which we're doing really well at the moment. So we'll catch up later, and I hope you have a good day.